Did you know that 90% of entrepreneurs never break past the 1 million in revenue mark? And it's because of this one simple mistake. Stick with me to the end of this video and I'm going to show you how to avoid it. Hey, this is Wayne Mullins, founder of Ugly Mug Marketing. And over the last 20 years, I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs scale their businesses while at the same time reducing the amount of work they spend in their business. So if you're an entrepreneur doing under 1 million in annual revenue, this video is for you, because by the end, I'm going to show you exactly what's holding you back and how to fix it. I've got a lot of information I want to give you today, and I put together a free guide that will actually help you implement what I'm about to walk you through. So here's the mistake that some of the entrepreneurs make. Most entrepreneurs never break past 1 million in revenue because they try to do everything themselves. They believe that working harder will solve their problems. The reality is it leads to burnout, it leads to confusion, and it does not lead to growth. Because I want you to remember this, what got you here won't get you there. So you've been building this business, and so it's hard to let go of control. You probably think things like, no one else can do it as well as I do. I don't have to train somebody else to step in and take over these pieces and components. Or maybe you're thinking, this doesn't really work in my industry, right? You can't delegate, you can't outsource, you can't get things off of your plate because of your industry. But let me walk you through a simple exercise that is going to completely shift your focus, and it will transform the way you think about business. Number one, identify what you currently do. And the way I recommend you do this is you track your time in 15-minute increments for an entire week. So you're going to pull out maybe an Excel form, and every 15 minutes, write down exactly what it is you're doing. Step two, you then want to create a column of the work that you love to do. These are going to be the tasks, the projects, the things that you actually get a sense of purpose and passion in doing. And then the third thing I want you to do is identify the work that the future CEO of your company would do. And those are going to be things that are high leverage things that are going to move the needle. So I want you to lean into that future and envision yourself as that CEO. What are the things that you are going to be working on? Now you're probably thinking like, I don't have time to do this, Wayne. There's not enough hours in every day. How am I going to have time to do this little exercise? That exactly is your problem. You are drowning with doing things that are quote unquote urgent while ignoring the things that are so important and so vital to get you to the next stage. So until you are willing to let go of that belief, until you are willing to carve out the time for what truly is important and what's going to set you apart, you're going to remain stuck. So if you're ready to break through that $1 million barrier, I want you to do this exercise. And to help you do that, I put together a free guide. There's a link in the description. It's completely free. Click that link, go over there, get the guide, and complete these exercises that are here. Because what I can tell you from my journey and from helping hundreds of entrepreneurs do the same, scale their businesses while at the same time reducing the amount of time that they're working in their businesses, here's what you must know. You have to stop listening to the urgent. You have to put that on pause and focus on what's important. For me, it took me 7 years to come to this realization. It took me 7 years of struggling, 7 years of believing that there was nothing that I could do, that I was stuck in this business, luck of the draw. It was just bad luck. It was just bad clients. It was just bad employees. It was all of these things. Maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you feel as if the cards are stacked against you, that there's just constant problems and fires that you're having to put out, and your team doesn't get it. They don't understand. They don't do things the way you want them to do things. Again, you've got to stop all of that. You've got to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm going to choose to carve out some time for me. I'm going to choose to carve out some time for my future. And I'm going to choose to focus on the important. And what is important for you right now is to go get this guide. Links in the description below. Get this guide, carve out an hour and work through the questions in this guide. Because here's what I can tell you. We've got a client right now that's doing $1 billion or more every single year in revenue. And when they started with us, they were doing 22 million. Here's what's crazy. When they started with us, the entrepreneur, the owner of that company is working way more than he's working now when they're doing over $1 billion in revenue. Why is that? Because he's bought into this concept and this idea that in order to grow, you have to learn to let go. You can have control or you can have growth, but you can't have both. So if you are stuck below this $1 million mark, do this now. I'm encouraging you, I'm pleading with you to do this, not for my good, but for your good. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you succeed in this coming year, and I want to see you thrive in your business and break past that $1 million revenue mark. So go ahead and get the guide. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe now, because I've got a lot more great content just like this coming your way soon. So until then, see ya.